this, 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 this. This is me. So, who's Amy? Well, this is me. Let me tell you about myself. I had a really good life growing up. I was a very hyper, outgoing child. I was quite defiant. I stood up for what I believed in. This was something that I think is both a good and bad thing. As I could, I clashed with some of my family members sometimes, because what I thought is right and what they thought is right might not have necessarily been the same thing. You wanna sing with me tonight? I believe I need to stand up for my happiness, stand up for what I thought was right. Not in a cocky way. Yes, as a child we are sometimes wrong, but I also thought that it's important to make your voice known no matter how old you are. Quite hyper. I was diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 4, I believe. I started taking Concerta from about the age of 4 or about 5, and I still take it to this day. ADHD definitely has influenced my life. So take these pills and stabilize, just let it die and say goodbye. In fact, one of the things which I've learned only recently is that, well, firstly, as a girl, I think it's quite hard to deal with your emotions. I mean, we have so much just going on in our heads naturally, and between mood swings and things like that, there's a lot going on. But people with ADHD often find it quite hard to talk their emotions out. And that's also why I find that I love being a copywriter so much, and why I love writing so much. I find that often I struggle to express what I'm trying to say with my words, but when I actually write them, it just flows. I feel safe when I'm writing, and writing has always been a safe space for me. I went to Vega. I went with not knowing anyone, but I've made amazing friends, and that was something really, really amazing, because these kids were different. They went against the norm. They were so authentically themselves. It was like having a piece of airways. It was literally just a breath of fresh air. And I love them for teaching me about true authenticity. As much as I am myself and used to be myself, I feel like in high school, not just me, but most people find that they're not necessarily 100% authentically who they are. I don't think it's necessarily high school's fault, but just the way that schools work is that it's not necessarily the most judgmental free zone. Just like you. Don't tell me School was pretty good. I played soccer throughout high school. I was pretty okay. And then I made a friend in grade 10. I went on a soccer tour to Israel, which was an amazing experience, named Maccabi. I went to Israel with my soccer team. I got to know them really quick. I mean, we lived together in Israel basically for 3 weeks, and I really got close to some of them, specifically one of them, very, very quickly. This one girl happened to live in Cape Town, actually. Afterwards, obviously, went back to Cape Town after returning, and also from being on such a high and being around people all the time, and living in Israel for a few weeks and everything, I found myself going into depression. This was terrifying, I have to be honest. I've never experienced such unhappiness. It was so scary because I didn't really know how to deal with so much pain, so much hopelessness, so much sadness. I think being someone that is generally positive, didn't know what to do. I never felt this way before. And it's something that I think society really needs to learn how to respect. It's something that's so real. You don't want to get out of bed. You feel down. It was hectic. It was really, really crazy. I've got to be just like you. Don't tell me I've got to be just like you. So by the end of grade 10, post December, until about the end of grade 11, I found myself in a depression. But it was hard. It really, really was hard. And I actually remember, I have such vivid memory in my head of sitting one day at break and just eating my lunch. And my one friend said Aim, what's going on? This just isn't you. And I was just I don't know, I'm just not enjoying life. Just like you. What a profound statement. I went to a psychologist. I got help. Very thankful for my psychologist. But I made it my mission to get happy again. I was done with being sad. I wasn't someone that just kind of went to the psychologist and sat on the couch and talked. I would book with. I would talk, and she would say things. I would write down things that I've learned and things I would like to say next time. And I really made it like a very conscious effort to regain my happiness, because depression is scary, and it's something that I had to fight. But it took me a while to be able to fight it.
Oh, don't tell me I've got to be just like you. I can see it in your eyes.
So yeah, psychology, a lot of self-work, I found an amazing spiritual healer, did a lot of work with her. She's actually my mom's best friend, which is quite beautiful. The weird thing about depression is, and I've said this before, and I'll continue to say it, it's something in life that I'm very, very grateful that happened to me. I've had such a greater understanding and sympathy for those that deal with depression. I have a greater understanding of emotions and sadness, and it's great to have someone positive on your team. But it's even more important, I believe, to have someone that can be positive but understand what it feels like to really hurt. Fast forward to first year varsity. Amazing, love Vega. Don't know how I got to Vega. Long story short, I ended up at Vega, and thank God I did. One of the greatest decisions of my life. So first year varsity was really, really amazing. Second year varsity. Second year varsity was an amazing year. It's also one of the hardest years of my life.
Just like you.
Throughout my life, unfortunately, I've experienced a lot of death. I've been to more funerals than most adults, very unfortunately. But that's my life, and it's something I've not learned to accept but to deal with. In grade 11, the end of grade 11, I went to about 3 funerals within a month. A boy at my school passed away after battling with cancer for months. It was rough. About a week later, or 2 weeks later, one of my mentors and one of the teachers at my school, that same school, passed away. And as someone that feels everything very deeply for others, I felt very, very broken. So second year varsity was one of the hardest years of my life, and well, this is why. So it comes to about June. I actually did not meet. There was this girl that one of my lecturers thought we were sisters, and I got in contact with her. She was also a copywriter, and basically she became my mentor. Her name was Tana.
Song kept playing through.
And I'd spoken to Tana about 3 weeks before, and I saw a thing on Facebook to say, "Rest in peace, Tana." And it turned out that Tana had died in a car accident the night before. I didn't really know what to feel. I wanted to mourn the loss of a friend, but like a friend I'd never met. I felt connected to her. People told us they were so similar, that we looked similar. I went to a funeral and I met her mom, and her mom said, "Oh my God, you look just like her," and she pinched my cheeks. That's a moment in my life I'll never forget.
For you, I tried to win it too.
So like about 3 weeks later comes July, and July is generally a very happy month for me. It's filled with lots of birthdays. And about on the 11th of July, one of my really, really best friends, we had a group of us in high school called the Rex. We were kind of nerdy, so we called ourselves the Rex. And one of the girls' name was Holly. I called her Molly. And Molly wasn't well on the night before, and she had gone into hospital. So we all decided to go visit her. I went there, and she wasn't doing so well. The next morning at 6 o'clock, the house phone rang. And my mom answered and told me I had to come to the phone. It was one of the worst phone calls of my life. Holly had passed away. My 20-year-old friend had passed away.
Don't.
It was so hard. I didn't know what to do. I put down the phone, told my mom, and then I phoned my friend back and I said, "Are you sure? Like, this can't possibly be real. Like, please just make sure it's real." Like, I just couldn't accept the fact. And she confirmed it for me, obviously. My heart had broken again.
Just like you.
One of my best friends passed away at the age of 20. In the year to come, I would cry here and there, but never really fully accepted her death. I kept thinking she'll come back. In that year though, and in the weeks to follow, life became really hard. I started questioning everything. I started saying things such as, we are told to live life to the fullest, but some days we have to study, and some days, in order to we have to get a degree in order to, make money. But how are we living life to the fullest? And is there more I could have done, and should I have seen her more? And, death makes you question everything. everything, especially at such a young age when it's so close to home. So, leading up to her birthday, which was in April, I told myself that on her birthday, that was going to be the day I was going to feel it. So it came to the day of her birthday, and I woke up and had all these like pictures I'd been saving up over the last few years because of the 21st to send her, and like all these funny photos of us and everything, and I couldn't send it to her. And I think I found myself in a really, really, really dark place that day. It was so hard. I realised my Molly wasn't there anymore. For the first time I realised I'm not going to see Molly again. Not in this physical life. And that was so hard.
Don't tell me I've got to be.
However, that was one of the first days I was actually able to comprehend her death. I'd written something that brought me much closure. And I explained that once we comprehend death, once we accept death, we understand, we really, really start to understand and appreciate life. For you can never understand life if you don't understand death. And that week actually turned out to be one of the most powerful weeks of my life so far.
Yeah, I played.
About 2 weeks later, one of my childhood best friend's mothers passed away. You know, if you're going to hit someone while they're down, just lay down, they say. This hit me hard, one, because she'd been like a second mother to me growing up, you know. Her daughter was one of my childhood best friends, and also I still wasn't in a good place because of Holly. So again, that just got really hard. But fast forward to Holly's birthday a year later. In the weeks leading up to her birthday, I decided that in honor of Holly, I wanted to do something that I've been wanting to do. I'd been to a trance party in Cape Town. I really loved it. I'd never been to one in Joburg because I didn't have friends that went to trance parties, but it was something I really wanted to do. And basically, I went to a trance party that weekend, and it was really, 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 really amazing. And I made amazing friends. They really have become like my tribe. So I went to this trance party about a week after Holly's birthday. On that Sunday night after the trance party, I went to meditation. And the Monday morning, I woke up and I got my first tattoo. This is my tattoo. It's my dash. It's about a poem by Linda Ellis, a funeral poem. One of the lines says, "If we can be less quick to anger and love people more and appreciate the people in our lives like we've never appreciated them before." And it's all about just loving life and embracing every single second and just understanding that your dash is all-encompassing of your physical life. That's what people will be remembered for, and to make your dash count. My dash, which inspires me every day, which is for Molly, is for myself, is for my life. Which that was on the Monday. And then on Thursday night, I happened to have the soccer finals for my team, and we won. I mean, from such a low to such a high. It's amazing what God provides, and He knows what you need. So, pre-Molly's birthday and pre-getting my dash and things such as that, I really, again, just my appreciation and passion for life was just reignited, but also emphasized. When you see me now, you always see me wearing yellow and things such as that. And why is yellow my color? Well, yellow is my color because it's sunshine, it's happiness. And I think death has been something in my life which I was put in my life to teach me something. And I've tried to embrace it in the most positive way possible. First accepting it, and then appreciating life. And that's why I love yellow, and that's why I love life and as I am, because I believe that life is way too beautiful and way too short to be anything less than positive and absolutely obsessed of every second of your life. The hard parts, the parts you thought you'd never get through, the parts that leave you on the ground. Because when we're on the ground, that is when we've reached rock bottom, and from there we can only go up. And in order to understand what flying feels like, you first have to hit the ground. You tell me I need peace of mind. So, I'd like to talk a little bit more about my childhood. I mentioned the conflict very briefly, but I think that I had a few complicated relationships growing up. And because of that, I've developed a few things that I've had to deal with. I can't stand conflict. Conflict terrifies me. I'll avoid it at all costs. And because of that, I tend to be a people pleaser, and therefore sometimes get taken advantage of. It's hard having a good heart. I mean, I'm not trying to sound cocky, but it's easy for people to take advantage of you. I also sometimes come across as indecisive. I come across as indecisive because I want to know what everyone else wants to do first. I don't want to hurt anyone else's feelings. And yes, this is good and it's a beautiful thing, but it is something that I feel like has established as a result of my childhood and of some of the things I went through. I think when I was younger, I was sometimes told that I was inadequate, that I wasn't enough. When I did things wrong, or when people did things wrong, I was blamed for it, and I have issues because of that. I have self-love issues. I have acceptance issues. I have trust issues. And it terrifies me to this day making new friends. I love making new friends, and in fact, I often make new friends, which is really amazing, but behind the scenes it really scares me. I'm scared of them leaving. I'm scared of being too much. My insecurities get the best of me, but it's often things that are behind the scenes. It's the laugh behind the laughter that people don't see. So I also wanted to expose my childhood and things such as that, because I think the one thing that like people know me for is being so friendly and stuff. And if you know me, I've got amazing, and like a lot of friends, but I've got amazing people in my life. I'm so blessed. But I think it would surprise people to know that it's very scary for me to make new friends. It really is a thing where I feel like I'm irritating people or I'm being too much, and this is something that I established from childhood. When people in my life, I would just be being myself, and they'd be like, no, go away, or not now, because of their issues, and they projected their issues onto me, and as a result of that, I do have issues, but I'm working through them, and I'm growing every day, and I can definitely say I'm living my best life simply because I work on my issues, and I work on myself. So this is my story. This is how I became who I am, what I am. Thank you for listening to my story, for being on this journey with me. There's much laugh behind this laughter. There's stories. Everybody has a story. Remember to be kind to every single human, for you never know what their story is and how much you could help them. Thank you.